Welcome and thanks for listening to 4 Things to Know, an open line podcast produced by the City of Auburn. Each week, we'll take a few minutes to walk you through events, street closures, and important dates you should know about as Auburn residents. This is the public affairs team for the City of Auburn in Auburn, Alabama, coming back to you once again this week with 4 Things to Know. Let's go around the table and say hello, starting with Allison.
Oh, you're switching it up. I'm Allison Blankenship, the neighborhood specialist.
Go ahead, David.
Nobody knows what to do next.
I'm David Dorton, Director of Public Affairs.
I am Nick Bowman, the public affairs specialist.
And I am Cynthia Williford Bean, the multimedia specialist.
All right, Cynthia, what you got?
Awesome. So I have a road work announcement, and this is a lot, so just bear with me. Our Waterworks Board is going to be installing a new water main along Gay Street between Glen and Magnolia Avenues, and work is going to be starting this week, actually tomorrow. Today is Wednesday, tomorrow is June 29th, and work is going to be lasting through the end of July. So basically, if you're traveling on Gay Street between Glen and Magnolia, the southbound lane, a portion of it is going to be closed between now and the end of July. Which there are a lot of entrances and exits along Gay right there. So that means that some of those exits will be closed at some point during all of this work. They're going to start at the closest to Glen and then move south towards Magnolia. So we're going to have closures at the Titchener Avenue exit right there, a closure at the entrance to City Hall, and then a closure at the north entrance to the Gay Street parking lot. All of that to say, we will be updating our social media and the press release on the website with when exactly those closures are going to happen. So just follow us at City of Auburn AL on social media, or sign up for our e-notifier to get all of our traffic alerts. So again, if you're just traveling on Gay Street between Glen and Magnolia, just be careful, and you might have to do some zigzagging to get to where you need to go. All of the businesses on Titchener are going to remain open during this time, so you don't have to worry about that.
And you can just, instead, if you're going downtown, just go over to the Wright Street deck.
Yes.
And not worry about any of that.
Exactly.
So this week we announced the date of the second annual neighborhood conference. It's going to take place on Saturday, August 19th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. So it's a little half-day mini conference event. It's for anyone involved in their HOA or neighborhood group, or just any resident who's interested in engaging with community members, city staff, and learning about resources that are available to you. Excuse me. It is a free event. It'll include networking, some breakout sessions, lunch, and then the day will end with a featured speaker. You can go online to see all of the topics that we will be covering and to learn more about the event. The website is auburnalabama.org/neighborhood-conference. Lunch will be provided. And now this part is important. You do have to pre-register. Registration will go live on the website I just mentioned on July 19th, and it will close August 2nd. If we get just a ton of people signing up, then it could close earlier if we just fill up and can't accommodate everyone, but I highly doubt that will happen. Who knows? Our hope is the conference will provide you with valuable information about city services and resources for neighborhoods, and that you'll meet a couple people that you didn't know. We got great feedback last year, and we're covering all different topics this year aside from police and public safety. They will return to do another little breakout session. So please save the date, August 19th, and we hope to see you there.
We did get pretty good turnout last year, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had a little over 60 people, and so I thought that's pretty good for the first year.
Yeah. All right, we have a couple of boards and commissions vacancies coming up that close on Monday, July 3rd. We have a vacancy on the Indian Pines Public Park Authority and 2 vacancies on the Auburn Downtown Redevelopment Authority. If you go to auburnalabama.org/boards, you can learn more about those boards, and you can click a link to apply for those vacancies if you're interested. There's a running list of upcoming vacancies in that area of the website as well. And you can also go to auburnalabama.org/e-notifier. And just as Cynthia mentioned, the traffic and street updates. You can also sign up for the board vacancy announcements e-notifier list if you're interested in finding a place to serve sometime in the future.
All right, we're going to wrap up this week with Independence Day, which is coming up Tuesday, July 4th. Most city facilities are going to be closed in observance of the holiday. Downtown parking will be free with the exception of the Wright Street parking deck, which will still be $1 an hour or $15 for the day. Public safety services will remain on their regular schedules. Garbage, trash, and recycling pickup will be delayed one day beginning Tuesday. So that's Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays' routes will be a day behind. Monday's route will run as usual. The Auburn Public Library will be closed. Book drops will remain open, and online collections of ebooks, e-audiobooks, and digital magazines are always available at auburnalabama.org/library. Parks and Rec facilities will be closed with the exception of Sanford Pool and the Yarborough Tennis Center. Sanford Pool will be open for lap swim from 10 a.m. to noon and for recreation swim from 12:30 to 5 p.m. The tennis center will be open from 8 a.m. to noon, but no clinics will be held. Parks, playgrounds, and cemeteries will be open sunup to sundown. And finally, the community is invited to Parks and Recreation's Independence Day celebration. That's July 4th at 5 p.m. behind Duck Sanford Stadium. Fireworks will begin at 9 p.m. Our other announcement says this is the best fireworks celebration in the area.
Of course it is.
So
There you go.
it's an important detail.
It is. And you can see it from several different locations if people haven't been before.
Anybody have a favorite spot?
I've watched it from the mall parking lot before. It's much easier to get in and out of.
Yeah.
Some of those little neighborhoods around Duck Sanford, it must be nicely convenient to just walk outside and look up.
Yeah.
I am not in that area, but I can kind of see it. Like the street that my house is on essentially points directly in that direction, so that I can see it above the trees at the end of the street. Except those trees grow over the years, so I can see it a little less every year maybe. But of course, there's no substitute for going in person, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And there's going to be tons of activities and all kinds of fun stuff for the kids.
That's right. So, excuse me. So once again, gates are going to open at 5 p.m. that day. Fireworks begin at 9 p.m. Like Cynthia said, there's going to be live music, a DJ, free inflatables, food for purchase, an appearance from Aubie, and much more. The gates will open at 5 p.m. and again, fireworks begin 9 p.m. that day. Emma, got anything else?
Cool. No. Happy July 4th.
Happy July 4th. Sign up for the neighborhood conference. That was a great event.
July 19th.
As an observer last year, the programs were great, but it's not just like a sit and listen kind of deal. It seems like a lot of people got a lot of networking out of it. So if you want to meet other neighborhood folks in town, sign up.
Yeah.
Should we recite the president's speech from Independence Day, the movie?
Sure. Go ahead.
I wonder if we could play it.
No copyright issues there.
Not at all.
It's fine. It's probably, well, I don't know how long copyrights last.
A very long time.
Do they? Okay. Anyway. All right. Well, thanks for listening. We'll be back next week. Thanks for listening to Four Things to Know, an open line podcast produced by the City of Auburn. If you're looking for more news, events, and dates to know about coming up in Auburn, visit news.auburnalabama.org. You can also check out our show notes for the links and URLs discussed in this episode.